Welcome to spectacular Boca Raton, Florida, Flagler Credit Union Stadium, home to the Florida Atlantic Owls. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Florida Atlantic's offense has the ball first today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football. But we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going back...
Wide open spaces. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
To the air on first down. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
How about the linebacker breaking on the football, seeing the quarterback, the ball comes out, he moves right to where the ball's going, nice anticipation, and swats the ball to the ground.
Brought down at the 28, a chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down. This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Card. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game.
And he runs it in for the score. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown.
Coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did, and they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
Number 27 sets a kickoff.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulldogs offense will try to get something started with their first possession.
On the ready.
They go to the ground. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Fresno State right back to the line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Card in the backfield. It's Parrish. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to you.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the offense on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Wood. Open space at the 25. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
And the extra point is good. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they closed the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll start this drive going to the air. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Collins. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as you can.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Fresno State right back to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
To the air on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Wants to throw on first down. The quick out. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They send the tight end in motion. This time they'll go to the running game. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Bulldogs are facing 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Sweet cut there. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Snap in the shotgun. Throws for the tight end. Tosses it incomplete. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. Makes the catch. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't make the connection on third down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man. It's Williams. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds his man. It's Williams. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on third down. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah.
There he goes. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. Fresno State right back to the line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Trying play action. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Zings it complete to the right. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Fresno State. Extra point here will tie the game. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Going right to work up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Card. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Owls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
And he gets taken out of bounds before getting rid of it. This will be a massive loss on the play. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Throwing right. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Get set, get set.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up where I can just make plays right behind them.
Slams ahead. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, What adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Fresno State working from the red zone. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Fires to the middle. Give him 6. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
28, Florida Atlantic, 14.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Takes the handoff. It's Terrell. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Owls will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half.
14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and
turning it on. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback adapting. Ripping through the defense. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired. Fresno State right back to the line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Fresno State lines up with a first and goal. He'll ride his man on the option. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He gets a block. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quick.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Looking left. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Here. Field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. And it's right down the boulevard. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun. Wants to pass. Makes the grab. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
After getting 4 sacks last game, this defense really is trying to create an identity as being one of the better pass rushing units in the entire country. Haven't really seen that, though, in this game so far until that last play. And let's see how that affects the rest of this game.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 10.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Rushes on him. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Tight end now in motion. Back to pass on second down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. Florida Atlantic has the offense humming. To the air on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the fourth quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Off play action. And the quarterback will be slowed down back at the 43.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Shakes off the defender. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Going to swing it on second down. Gets it out fast. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wide receiver going in motion. The give to the single back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They're working that left side. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on fourth. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. USF is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jim Leavitt, this has not been a blowout today in Tampa. They're up by just one over East Carolina. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Owls can really attack on this second and short. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Time to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run play action. Oh, they're after him. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he makes the catch inside the 20. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. New set of downs after the completion. Line gets set, 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Grab near the marker. It's Collins. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. And the Owls didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved. He's going for the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Looking for room, it's Parrish. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. They'll move the tight end. Trying to do it on the ground. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This offensive coordinator is going to have to be creative. Time is winding down, and the offense has to move quickly. From the gun, looking for a man. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Under fire. Looking for room at the 25. He gets some of that yardage back. Not enough for the 1st down, but does get out of bounds to stop the clock. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4.
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long.
Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really